Hello everyone. For this video here today, I was over on the How to Learn a Language forums. I saw a thread. It was titled "Ungrateful Natives," and I thought this was a very interesting thread that was made by Robert. His How to Learn a Language username is RLF 810, and he says, okay, let me read it. He says, hello all, I'm wondering how many of you have problems with natives of your target language being ungrateful of your efforts. Since I've been to Slovakia, I've had numerous people make fun of and otherwise ridicule my mistakes, no matter their seriousness. I really didn't expect such a harsh reception, and it's somewhat discouraging. How do you deal with these types of people? Okay, so yeah, this is a very interesting thread. I think I talked about some experiences I had before when I first started learning Chinese. Like the late I can't remember what the name of that video was, but I was talking about how I had ran to this. I was with a buddy of mine. We were in the university, and I was trying to practice my Chinese with her, and she wouldn't say anything to me. And she started yelling at me and stuff. And then there was another girl. She said something harsh to me for I don't know. It was just weird stuff. But look, this, if you really want to, if this is the language that you choose to learn, and you really want to learn this language, you always have to expect these types of people. You can't always expect to meet like nice people every time. It's not going to happen. This is everywhere. This is just not in Slovakia. This is everywhere. You see, this is everywhere. Every country with every types of people or nationalities or whatnot. You always gonna meet some ignorant people out there. Like, it's all ignorance. You see, they don't know, and they probably don't learn languages, so they ridicule you about your mistakes, and not they're not thinking about this whole scenario about learning a different language. It takes, you have to make mistakes for learning language. People don't look at the whole picture, so they just act in ignorance. So I wouldn't really worry about them. I would just continue studying. Eventually you will meet friendlier people. The percentage is always higher. You have like 80% of friendly people, and that 20% or whatever, it will always be a higher percent of nice people. You see, so you have to kind of, before you start learning the language or whatever the scenario is, you have to always think that you're going to run into these type of people, these negative people, ignorant people. So, I mean, I know how you feel when you said it was discouraging, because I mean, I felt discouraged before too, but I had to realize that I can't expect to meet nice people who are going to be appreciative of my efforts for learning the language, because some people they're not appreciative. They're not appreciative of it. So yeah, like for example, I had like recently, I had received some messages from some Estonians. I had some Estonian people telling me that if I go to Estonia, I'm gonna get beat up by a local gang or something. So I might as well not go to Estonia. And I just, I just, I just thought it was funny, and I just replied back to the guy and said, you know what, I'm not worried about that. It'll be fine. I'm not worried about that. And it's then, I mean, some other messages, people they telling me stuff like not to come to Estonia if I'm not of European descent or whatever. Don't come to Estonia, like stuff like that. But it doesn't bother me, because I know people are ignorant out there like that. It doesn't bother me. But I'm not going to put all Estonians in the same category. I'm not going to say, oh, you know what, I'm not going to Estonia because this guy told me that if I go to Estonia, I'm going to get beat up by a local gang. I'm not going to put them all in categories like that. You don't want to do that. So just keep on studying this language. Just stay on this path and keep studying the language, and don't worry about those type of people. So that's something that you have to expect. You have to expect that. Every language I start learning, I don't expect to meet nice people every time. I know I'm going to meet some cruel people. I already know it. I already know I'm going to meet them. So, yeah, just don't get discouraged, and just keep learning this language, and, stay focused on this language. And these type of people are going to ridicule you for your mistakes. And as we always say, you have to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. I make mistakes in my languages. I don't care because eventually I learn from those mistakes. I get better, from those mistakes. So I don't care about those types of people. So yeah, so I just thought that was an interesting thread you made, and just for those of you who have also had this experience meeting, unappreciative natives, just like I said, just you got to move on. Just you got to knock them off. Just move on, because if you just stick with what they said and like say, oh yeah, this guy was this way towards me, he was that way towards me. I mean, it's going to just I mean, you're not going to continue the language. You're not going to learn the language swiftly because you're going to be bothered by just those small groups of people. So just move on, forget them. So yeah, I'm going to conclude this. I'm going to conclude this video. I just thought it would be interesting to make a video response to this, and yeah, so it will be very interesting to hear about you guys' experiences, different experiences with unappreciative natives. I've read, and there were some other threads here I read before about some guys talking about, like, in Japan, they had some experience with Japanese. They want to speak to them in Japanese or something like that. But it will be very interesting for you guys. If you guys can join this discussion and post up some video responses, and we could talk about our experiences with unappreciative natives. That would be interesting. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this topic, and what type of experiences have you guys had with your new languages? So yeah, I look forward to the discussion, and thanks for viewing the video.